certified until after sea trials beginning next week.
On right wing, and on the left side, it's Brian Kropp. But the Canucks get the opening face-off. Steps past, tipped into the Philadelphia zone. Bob Daly on defense. And Frank Bathe is the other Flyer defenseman. Clears the puck up in the left wing at center to Kropp. Coming in with Holmgren over the Vancouver line. Holmgren cutting in on goal, right in. Brownlee knocked the puck off his stick. Cleared to the boards, picked up by Linsman. Still in the Vancouver zone. Checked off the puck, it slides loose to the corner. Holmgren goes in to tie up McCarthy along the boards. They cover up the battle in the circle. The puck is cleared off the boards to center ice. Smeel hustling after it. Here it comes out of the goal, then taps the puck aside as Smeel goes in behind the net. Smeel works over Bathe back of the goal. Puck came loose in front. Gradin had it go off his leg right in front of the net as he couldn't get a shot. Gradin from behind the goal, put it in front. A shot, hit the post. No goal. The crowd thought it was in. The red light did not go on. As Fields Flyers get possession, McElhargy on the inboards, took a check from Bolderev. Puck played around on the left wing, steered to center ice, loose in the Vancouver zone. Hughes back after the puck. Clark hustles into forecheck. Hughes stops back of the net. Clark knocked the puck away. Hughes recovered on the left wing. It bounces away from Tiger Williams, who's out there with Bolderev and Maneri on the Vancouver forward line. Play at the Philadelphia line. The puck slides loose in the corner. McElhargy and Dupont on defense. McElhargy played it around on the boards. Bolderev intercepts, gives it to Maneri, coming away from the right boards, backhands it high, easily stopped by Meir, leaves it for Clark. Behind the net, taps it to Dupont. Dupont starts to stick handle, lost it, a shot, they score! Chris Maneri stole the puck off Dupont, snuffed it into the net. Maneri scores unassisted.
Oh, that's a beauty, and that's the kind of work that the Canucks are going to have to get from Chris Maneri. He's done very little since coming over from the Minnesota North Stars, but just good forechecking by Maneri as he stole the puck from defenseman Moose Dupont, and an all-in-one motion just rifled a shot right past Phil Meir for Maneri, his 5th goal of the season. It'll be unassisted. The Canucks lead
30, the time of the goal by Maneri. Play at center ice. Williams picks up the puck on the left wing, shoots it in. Bounces off the inboards. Jimmy Watson goes to it back of the net. Passes on the right side. It's cleared towards the line and out to center. Intercepted by Hughes. Sweeps it to an open wing. Maneri dumps it in. Here stops it at the side of the net. Backboard is Mike Busniak on the Flyer defense with Watson. Flyers can't get out. Loose puck bounces. A long shot went wide as Butler put it off the inboards. It's a long drive by Bolderev. Stopped. There's a hook coming up on Holmgren. He's going to get a penalty for hauling down Jerry Butler in the Flyer zone. And the Canucks will have an early pop. Puck is cleared into Vancouver territory. Holmgren serving the first penalty of the game. Brassard back to get the puck for Vancouver. Leach and Rick McLeish killing the penalty for Philadelphia. Brassard from behind the net. On the left for Bolderev. Back to Ole Brassard. Long rink-wide pass to Smeel. Checked off the puck. Recovers it on the right boards. Controlling it there. Comes to center. Rink wide on the left to Lindgren. Takes it into the Flyer zone along the left boards. Into the corner. Banked it around to the opposite side to Smeel. Stan Smeel put it around to the left point to Brassard. On the left to Lindgren. Coming in front. Passes to the side to Gradin. Back to Lindgren. Couldn't get a shot. Loose back of the net. The jam up back of the Flyer goal. The puck goes to Lindgren in the corner. Watson checking him along the boards. Gradin gets the puck to the right point. Stan Smeel shoots and missed the net. From the left point, Brassard shoots. It deflects. They score! It goes off of Busniak into the net. As it deflected off the Flyer defenseman, Busniak. And Vancouver leads 2-0.
Oh, real nice play by the Vancouver Canucks as they move it around the boards. Busniak definitely touched the puck, Jim, but Ivan Bolderev was also there. He threw his stick in the air, but it clearly looked like it was the Flyer defenseman, Busniak, who tipped the shot and went in on the short side on Phil Meir. A power
may get credit for the goal, or it'll be Brassler who shot from the left point. Play in the Canucks zone. Flyers putting on some pressure, but Lupul brings the puck to center ice. Passes on the left wing. In goes Rota, racing after the loose puck. It's scooped around on the boards by Meir. Daly checked on the boards by Lupul. The puck came to the line. Logan kept it in. It goes loose to Bob Daly. Clears it out to center ice. Picked off by Kearns there. Now to Lupul. Lupul turning outside his own line. Now to Kearns. At center ice with the puck. Dumps it in. They race in after it. Vancouver leading 2-0. Daly goes to the puck. Puts it off the boards. Logan intercepts. His shot deflects. And it's saved by Meir. Now the puck is on the inboards as Lupul goes in after it. Daly gets possession. Bolderev is getting credit for the Vancouver power play goal. Puck is covered up on the boards. And there's a little pushing and shoving after the whistle. And here, Vancouver leading 2-0. Play in the Philadelphia zone. puck banked around on the board. Snips moves in, blocks it along the boards, tying up Clark. Clark gets loose with the puck, puts it behind the net. There's a battle for it back of the goal. It's covered up in the feet of DuPont, back of the net. Gradine and Clark face off. Flyers get possession. They're 3-on-2 at center. Puck brought into the Vancouver zone. To Leach on the right wing. He winds up, he shoots. Bromley stopped it on the short side. Snips his pass, tipped loose. Fraser goes to the puck, brings it out on the left wing. Right wing pass for Smeal, tips it in, goes in against DuPont. They hustle to the corner. Smeal got to the puck. Hit the side of the net with a pass. Puck came around to Snips at the left point. Passes on the left side to Fraser. Smeal is worked over in front. Heavily upset, and the play went on. DuPont really sent Smeal sprawling. In over the line, behind the play now, some high sticking going on. Lewis could have rolled that whistle somewhere soon, and he has stopped the play. Better to see your way up here than it is down at ice level. Canucks with a man advantage and a 2-0 lead. The Flyers have possession. Mel Bridgman, now their captain with Bobby Clark and assistant coach, clears the puck off the boards and into Canuck territory. V. Garrison, Linden Avenue, Burnaby, is our contestant on the power play contest with $100 in the jackpot. Canucks 2, Flyers nothing early in the first period. Vancouver with a man advantage. Ole Brassard with the puck to his own blue line. Gets to center. On the left to Williams. A shot right on. Muir had trouble with it, but it went through his pads, and then he saw it at the last minute and swept it away. Kept onside by Lars Lindgren at the right point. Now to Boulder, coming in on his backhand. Lost the puck. Kept onside at the right point by Lars Lindgren. Winds up, shoots, it's deflected, blocked. Here's a chance in front for Brassard. Goes behind the net with the puck. Banks it into the corner. Boulder gets to it there. Boulder checked along the boards. Puck came loose. Recovered by Rota. On the boards for Brassard, all tied up. Lindgren kept it in. Winds up, passes to Brassard, left point. Here's a shot. Oh, it just missed the net. Tipped wide. Boulder couldn't pick it up, and it swept down the ice. That shot just missed the far post. 52 seconds left in Clark's penalty, and of course Clark is a great penalty killer, but in the penalty box right now. Brassard at center with the puck, shooting it in. Rota going in after it. Muir stops it behind the net, scoops it high. It came around on the boards. Picked up by Gradine. His pass intercepted by Frank Bathe. Bathe clears the puck to center. Gradine knocks it down. Lost it to Bathe. Bathe spun around. Daly played the puck to the boards. It's loose in the Vancouver zone. Canucks changing on the move. Stan Smeal back to get the puck. Across to Brassard. 22 seconds left in the Flyer penalty. Smeal, right wing at center with the puck. Slaps it in around to the boards. Picked up on the left boards by Lupel. Lupel plays it to the point too quickly. No one there to take it. It slides to center ice. Logan back at his own line. His pass goes astray. Rick McLeish put the puck ahead to Barber. Neatly checked by Logan and knocked the puck away at the last minute. Now the Flyers are back at full strength. Clark comes out of the penalty box. McCarthy with the puck. Lupel collides with Bathe as the puck is shot in the Flyer zone. Muir stops it back at the goal, and he's looked shaky early in the game. Puck came loose to Daly. Daly carries quickly to center. To the Vancouver line, it's knocked off his stick. Logan and Daly go after the puck. Logan turns with it. Daly bumps him near the corner, and the puck is picked up by Gradine. His pass tipped away. Bromley swept the puck aside. Linsman hustles after it. Linsman's shot deflects across to the boards. Williams picks it up for Vancouver deep in his own zone. Pinned along the boards, and the puck is covered up. Canucks getting possession as Williams' pass went into the linesman's skate. The puck loose in front of shot. They score! Holmgren! And a bad break for the Canucks there as the puck went off the skate of the linesman, Jimmy Christensen. Bounced around in the circle to Bromley's left. Holmgren picked it up, slid it quickly along the ice through Bromley, and it's 2-1 Vancouver.
For Holmgren, his 19th goal of the season, a good shot right along the ice. It appeared Bromley was screened just a little bit. Turnover, hold up their tents. This is a fine, aggressive hockey team, and very much in this game, Canucks leading 2-1.
Holmgren scoring the goal against the Flyers on the boards. Play in Philadelphia territory as the puck is in the assist. He was the center on the line, and the Flyers bounced back with a goal, and we're still early in the game in a 2-1 hockey game. It was 8-6 the last time the Flyers played. That's when they lost in Denver on Tuesday. Kearns banks the puck on the right boards to Chris Maneri. Rink wide for Tiger Williams. Coming in with Boulder. The puck got away from Williams. He recovers. His weak shot is blocked as McElhargy knocked into the ice. McElhargy broke his stick on the play. Williams tried to center the puck. McElhargy pinning him on the inboard. Boulder goes to the puck. Hit the side of the net. Maneri's being worked over in front. Puck is kicked in by Kearns. His pass is knocked down and the puck is swept out. Brian Lewis had better watch a lot behind the play because it's going to be rough out there, as it already has been. Puck in the Vancouver zone as Kearns feeds it on the right boards to Maneri. Long rink-wide pass bounces away from Williams. Linsman shoots the puck back in the Vancouver zone. Kearns back of the net, banks it on the right boards to Chris Maneri. Rink-wide pass tipped away again, and the puck went into the crowd and out of play. We've just passed the 8-minute mark, first period. Canucks 2, Flyers 1, play in the Vancouver zone. The puck is scooped off the boards to center ice, rolls into Flyer territory. Icing indicated as Bridgman goes to the puck. Swingers, the puck came to Vervegaard, tried to get it to the point. It came outside the line, picked up by Butler at center. On the left for Rhoda, into the Flyer zone to the left corner. A shot hit the side of the net. Puck is steered off to the side, controlled by Jim Watson. Watson banks it around on the boards for Kelly. Kelly turns with the puck, took a check as he cleared it out. Controlled at center by John Hughes. Puts it in the Flyer zone. It bounces. Beer had a little trouble with that tricky bouncer, but cleared it aside. Kept in by Lindgren at the right point. Puts it into the corner. Watson picked it up. He spun around. Puck is behind the net. Controlled there by Rhoda. Tried to center it. He sent flying. Solidly hit by Kelly. Kelly steered the puck to center ice. It deflects into the Vancouver zone. Lindgren back to pick it up. Takes it behind the net. Stops behind Bromley. Pass misses Rhoda. Puck goes to center ice. Picked up by Daly. Daly puts it in the Vancouver zone. Hill moving in to check on Lindgren, who has the puck. Lindgren behind his own goal. Puts it high over the glass and out of play.
Tonight at 9 on KBOS TV.
Canucks starting out with Gerdine. Now coming in 2-on-1 with Smeel. The pass tipped away. McCarthy keeps it onside. Centered it. Gerdine tipped it wide. Gerdine behind the net. Hit by Daly. Battle for the puck back of the goal. Smeel hit Daly. Then Vancouver 2, Philadelphia 1, nearing the midway mark of the first period. Puck around on the board. Smeel intercepts in the right corner. Centered it through the crease as Fraser couldn't get a stick on it in front. Bathe brings the puck back to center on the left. Passes at the Vancouver line for Hill, who's offside in the play. Clark wins the draw. The sticks go up high after the face-off as Barnes dumps the puck in the Vancouver zone. Or rather, Bathe dumping it in the Vancouver zone. It's played off the boards by Fraser, intercepted by Daly. A long, weak shot turned aside by Bromley. A battle for the puck in the Vancouver zone. Clark coming out of the corner, coming out in front. A loose puck is tipped away as Bromley scrambled back in the net. Puck is centered again, and it's knocked away from in front as Clark is cross-checked in front of the net by Kevin McCarthy. Puck is cleared in. There's going to be a slash behind the play. A penalty coming up to Philadelphia. Canucks get the draw. Leach works over Bolderev, and it's rough and it's chippy out there. Brassard, his own line with the puck, and Leach tripped up Bolderev away from the play as Brassard's pass is tipped away. A loose puck in front, taken by Bridgman to the side of his own goal, turns with the puck neatly, and now Stick handles it out of trouble. Bridgman had sent it to Leach. Leach plays it back in his own zone to DuPont. DuPont just inside his own line, banks it on the right boards to Leach. It deflects up in the air at the Vancouver line. Lindgren knocks it down, shouted by Bridgman. So the pass goes to Brassard in the left corner, starting out of his own zone. Canucks with a man advantage. Brassard center with the puck. On the left to Williams. In over the blue line, along the left boards, controlling the puck, holding it there. Goes down near the left corner, plays it to the left point to Brassard, right point to Lindgren. Here's a shot, missed the net. Brassard moves to the puck along the boards, but Barber beat him to it and cleared it out. Barber and McLeish now up front killing the penalty for Philadelphia. And they're very dangerous while killing penalties. Ivan Bolderev passes to Lindgren at center. Down the middle. Over the line. Coming in. A shot. Right on. And Meir grabbed the puck and held it. Puck is drawn back into the Vancouver zone. Brassard has to chase it back inside his own blue line. McLeish goes after him as Brassard stops back of the goal, controlling the puck there. Now starting out of his own zone. Brassard to his own line. Works to center ice. On the left for Bolderev, who brings it in. Stick handling into the slot. It went off his stick and it's cleared out by Barber. Canucks unable to set up in the attacking zone against this excellent penalty killing. Gerdine deep in his own zone with the puck. Taps it to Brassard. 25 seconds left in Clark's penalty. Brassard up the middle to center. Now to Gerdine. Tips it in. Races in after to the corner. Watson got to the puck first. Then it's passed to the end boards. Wozniak gets possession. Brassard moves up to knock down the pass. It's controlled by McLeish. He clears it out. Canucks getting nowhere on the power play, and it's just about over. Smeel at his own line. Now it's center. A hit to Bolderev, coming in on the defense. Turned around, the puck goes loose. McCarthy picked it up. He's turned off the puck. Clark is out of the penalty box. Puck is cleared into Vancouver territory. Snips and Clark racing after it. Snips got to it. Icing is called. Beautiful day. Snips at the fire line. On the left boards to Logan, winding up a shot. Missed 2 feet wide. Puck bounces around to Snips at the right point. Scoops it at the corner to Lupel. Behind the net to Williams in the corner, centering it. It's tipped back into the corner. It came loose off the end boards. A shot from a sharp angle by Maneri is covered up. Flyers get the draw. Bathe with the puck, banks it around on the board. Snips can't keep it onside. Linsman picks it up. Logan trying to cut him off. Linsman shoots it high. Misses the net. Puck came around on the boards. Williams' pass tipped away. Snips cleared the puck to center. Out of the reach of Lupel. Icing indicated. Frank Bathe gets to the puck. Ice spurring a different number than he wore in his first game as a Canuck. He's got 28 on tonight. And Chris Maneri has moved to number 19. There's a check on Butler at center as Lindgren hustles to the puck in the Flyer zone, but Kelly gets possession, takes it around behind the goal, stops back of the net, clears it the length of the ice. Hughes racing in after it, around behind Bromley to get to the puck. Icing call in Philadelphia. Wins the draw. Kelly tapped the puck back to Moose DuPont. On defense with McElhargy now. DuPont to his own line, brings the puck to center ice, shoots it in. It's cleared ahead by Hughes, who steered it back to center ice. Loose at the Vancouver line. Vervegaard going in after it. Bumped by Hughes, but keeps going. Vervegaard to the right corner with the puck, around behind the goal. Hughes checking him. Pass went back to the opposite side to Mel Bridgman. Coming out of the corner with the puck. Put it back on the inboards for Kelly. Hughes trying to tie him up. Kelly coming out of the corner, centered the puck. It's bouncing around in front. A shot right on. Bromley took it in the chest. He's playing very well. Here's a shot right on the face-off, and Bromley handled that as Kelly took the shot. Still in the Vancouver zone. DuPont ties up Stan Spiel, but the puck comes out to center ice. Gradine can't pick it up there. Now it's backhanded in by McElhargy. Bumped by Gradine. Puck went around behind the Vancouver goal. There's a battle for it there. Snips has possession on the inboards. Hands it to McElhargy at the right point. The shot back behind the net to Kelly. Kelly tried to center it. It's blocked. A quick shot by Bridgman bounces wide. Vervegaard on the inboards. Gradine kicked it away. It's still in play along the inboards. Tangled up in skates. Snips manages to get onto it in the third game. Shot by Watson wide of the Vancouver goal. Holmgren centering the puck. Oh, a great chance for Barber, and he shot wide. Fraser banked the puck around for Smeal. He's interfered with by Watson, but the puck came loose to McCarthy. Now to Fraser at center. On the left wing, winding up. Fraser shoots. Missed the goal. Puck bounces off the inboards. In the corner, Gradine after it on the inboards. Watson checking the puck is in front. And Fraser couldn't get a stick on it as Bosniak had them all tied up in front. And that's why the crowd is booing. Play out at center. Snips. Puts it off the board. McCarthy was going to the bench and missed the puck. Holmgren brings it over the Vancouver line. Drops it to Barber. Coming in on goal. He backhands a shot that hits Snips. Snips behind the goal with the puck. A long pass to Fraser getting a breakaway. Kurt Fraser, he's caught inside the blue line by Bosniak when he should have put on the steam. Gradine keeps the puck in. Coming out of the right corner. Now to Smeal on the inboards. Tied up by Watson. Kicked to Gradine back of the net. He centered it. It bounces back to the side of the goal. Bosniak with the puck in the corner. Gradine ties him up. Fraser hit him. Puck goes loose. Fraser tried to get it in front for Smeal and couldn't. Goes to Barber in the corner. And the play is stopped. Park facing off. Park wins the draw, as he so often does. Now Bob Daly with the puck. Starting up on the right. Passes it center to Al Hill. Shoots the puck in the Vancouver zone. Bromley stops it back of the goal. Controlled there by Maneri from back of the net. Check from behind. Got the puck on the right boards to Kearns. And it's cleared to center ice and dumped right back in by Bathe. Logan goes to it back of the net. Checked back of the goal by Clark. Almost stole the puck. It's played off the boards. Still in the Vancouver zone. The Flyers forechecking so well. Clark winds up with the puck. A shot by Hill. He scores! Bobby Clark made it happen. Al Hill put it into the net high, and it's all tied at 2-2.
And I kind of thought that Gary Bromley caught it with his catching glove. I think he got a piece of it. It went behind him and then over to the far side. I think he definitely deflected. Otherwise, it hit both posts and went in. But you're right, Jim. The guy who did all the work on the play, and he's been doing it for 10 years, Bobby Clark, great forecheck.
Hit his hand, dropped down into the goal. Just the one assist likely. That's it, 16:09, the time of the goal. Hill from Clark. It's a 2-2 tie. Puck shot in Philadelphia territory. Bathe banks it around at the boards. Hill tied up by Lindgren. The puck rolls loose in the Vancouver zone. Hughes goes to the corner to pick it up. It's banked around at the boards for Brassard. Brassard ahead to Lindgren at center ice. Coming in on DuPont. Lindgren on the left for Rhoda. Out of his reach. Reg Leach had the puck. Cleared it to center. Quick break there. It's brought to the Vancouver zone by Propp. Propp forced to the side. Turns with the puck. Hit along the boards by Butler. And Brassard gets the puck. Puts it around on the boards as he shied away. And then Butler is hit hard. And the puck is cleared out into Flyer territory. And I'll tell you, it's a tough rink out there tonight. It's like being in the ring. 2:55 left in the period. It's 2-all. DuPont shoots the puck in. A long bouncer. Bromley stopped it. Turned it to Hughes. Two Flyers swarming on him. Puck rolls outside the line to center. Linsman and Gradine after the puck. Two great skaters. Linsman getting to the puck. Back to McElhargy. Puts it on the boards to center to Holmgren. Holmgren tied up along the boards. Fraser got the puck. His pass intercepted. Linsman coming in over the Vancouver line with Holmgren. Lindgren had it knocked off his stick by McCarthy. Linsman in the corner got possession again. And Holmgren bumped by Gradine. And Fraser takes the puck back of the net. Banks it on the boards for Spiel. Can't get it out. Now his second effort steers it out. Bradeen hustling after it. McElhargy goes after him. A pass for Fraser. Right in. He shoots. Oh! He scores! It just went over the goal line. Now you'll see an argument. The Flyers say it didn't go in. There's going to be a big argument. The puck got behind Meir. It was rolling. It looked like it was going in. Was it McElhargy? Somebody reached in and tried to fish it out. The red light went on. Lewis was not close to the goal, but he says it's a goal, and it's 3-2 Vancouver.
That's the key right there. Brian Lewis, it went so fast up the ice. In fact, Bradeen showed tremendous acceleration to catch up with the puck that Stan Spiel had bounced off the pan. The Canucks lead 3-2. Fraser gets the goal.
Bradeen and Spiel get the assists. Brian Propp was the player in earful, especially Mel Bridgman, the Flyers captain, before the puck was dropped for the face-off. Here's a steal by Leach. The puck is centered. Bromley made a great save on Kelly right in front. Bromley robbed Kelly. There's a lot going on out there tonight. 2 minutes left, first period, 3-2 Vancouver. Kelly's offside. 1:54 left in the first period. Play in the Vancouver zone. McCarthy back for the puck, took a solid check from Verbergart. The puck came around to Fraser. He's tied up. Canucks having difficulty getting out. As you say, Tom, they've taken away the boards, and the Canucks are having trouble. Now they come out. Spiel at center with the puck, moving it over the line, takes a high shot, bounces in behind the goal, banked around into the corner to Kelly. Bob Kelly of the Flyers, rink wide to Verbergart. 3-on-3 at center, Verbergart with the puck. In on the defense, takes it over the line, drops it back to Watson. On his backhand, Bradeen takes him to the boards. Puck rolls behind the net to Logan. Dave Logan from behind the goal puts it back in the net to Lars Lindgren. Up on the left to Thomas Gradeen. Gradeen on the left for Fraser. Back to Gradeen. Gradeen stick handling at center. Hooked off the puck there. Slides loose at center to Dave Logan. Logan for the Canucks to the Flyer line. Lost the puck. Gradeen picked it up. Scoops it in to get to the bench. As it scooped over top the net, Meir missed it. But no problem as there was no one near it. It went in behind the goal. Last minute, first period. Bob Daly carries to center for the Flyers. Slaps it in on the net. Bromley steers it to the boards. Lindgren poked it to the line and out. Maneri after it there. Trying to get loose. Just got momentary possession. And then the crowd reacts as Bays rushes over at Maneri and missed him. And in the Vancouver zone, it bounces around on the boards. Barber takes Maneri to the boards. Bays from the left point. A shot hit a leg. Bounces to the corner to Bromley's left. Now Williams in the corner, a solid hit there by Holmgren. Logan joins them. It's Holmgren and Williams with their gloves off. In the corner to the left of Bromley. They're wrestling right now. Holmgren a lot larger than Tiger Williams, but you know they're both very tough. They're at close range. Now Holmgren throws a couple of right hands in the side of Tiger Williams, who now comes back with a left to the side of the head. They're very close range, arms wrapped around each other. They're letting them fight, but they're not able to get loose right now. Holmgren quite a bit larger and stronger, tries to throw Williams down. Now they're pinned against the glass again. Now the linesmen try to move in. Willard Norris, not very big, reaching up to try and haul Williams off. Christensen has Holmgren, and they're being pried apart in the corner to the left of Bromley.
These are two very well-matched guys when it comes to toughness. Holmgren, though, much bigger than Tiger Williams. In fact, Williams, when you see him in his street clothes, you wonder how he can take so many penalty minutes. They both have over 200 minutes in penalty.
Flyers got possession and scored. The other one looked like it was going over top the net. When Bromley handled it, it went off his hand into the goal. Lindgren clears it off the right side out to center ice. Played back to the Canuck line. Battle for it on the boards as Barber and Spiel bump each other around. Lindgren feeds a hard pass outside the blue line to center ice as the time runs out. And the first period is over. Bridgman face off. The Flyers get possession. Snips knocked the pass down and cleared the puck back to center ice. Daly had it there. Lost it to Gradeen. Coming in over the Flyer line. A wrist shot missed the goal. Fraser after the rebound. His shot went high. Puck came around to the boards to Kelly. Kelly bumped by Spiel. Got the puck to center ice. Snips is now in possession. Dumps it back in the Flyer zone. Meir stops it. Controls it at the side of the goal. Puts it in the corner to Kelly. He taps it to Mel Bridgman. Someone yelled Mel, but he didn't pass. He controls the puck, stick handles neatly, carries to center ice, in on the defense, pass intercepted by Fraser, stick handling, lost it in his own zone. It bounces towards Snips, put it off the boards and got possession. Steers it ahead to Fraser, 3-on-2 for Vancouver. Fraser to Spiel, over the line to McCarthy, a shot went high, tipped off a stick to the corner. Fraser, pass intercepted by Bob Daly. Daly taken in by Smeal. Puck is kept in by Sneps. Fraser and Daly battling on the boards. Fraser has the puck in the corner. His pass hit a skate. Bob Daly got the puck. Taps it on the left boards to Kelly. Kelly bumped by Smeal, who keeps hitting. Now Beauregard at center with the puck. To the Vancouver line. He's knocked down by Fraser. And the play goes offside. He has a 4-game goal-scoring streak going. He scored in this game in a controversial goal that they're still talking about. Was it in or was it not? And it was, according to the goal judge and referee Brian Lewis, and the Canucks had a 3-2 lead. Clark and Boulder facing off for Gillis. Flyers get the draw. Shot by Leach, deflects way high.
Gillis gets a chance to play, and this is his first shift.
Shot on Bromley, steered to the boards. Puck is tapped around behind the Vancouver net. Clark goes in after it. Hughes rolled the puck to the corner. Clark knocked him down. Puck along the boards. Dug out by Hill to Clark on the end boards. Hughes pins him. They battle for the puck along the boards. It's still in play. Cleared to the line and out to center. Gillis racing after it. Slowed up at the Philadelphia line. And he did take the pregame skate tonight, but is still unable to get back into action. Play in the Flyer zone. A battle in the corner to the left of Neer. 4-man pile up in there. The puck is dug out, controlled by Barber. Barber slides it across at center ice. Brought in over the Vancouver line by Bosniak. Back to Bob Kelly. He centered it and slides into the corner. McLeish after it there against Bolderev. Puck bouncing around. McLeish got his stick on it. Lost it to Gillis, who steers it ahead to center to Maneri. Maneri backhands it in with Williams serving a major penalty. Gillis has been getting some ice time on his spot on left wing with Bolderev and Maneri. Play out at center ice. Rick McLeish turning with the puck back at his own line. Stick handles to center. Still weaving around with the puck. Dumps it in the Vancouver zone and went over the glass. In among the
1 year and maybe a month or so in the minors, and here he is, coach of one of the most successful franchises in the NHL.
Canucks trying to come out of their own zone. The puck is overskated. Picked up a shot by Beauregard. Went off a leg to the corner. It's put in behind the net. Beauregard, after a bouncing puck, lost it to Brassard. Back of the goal. Shied from a check. Got the puck to the boards. Rhoda tried to dig it out and couldn't. Bromley stops it back of the net. Logan banks it on the boards for Sneps. Back to Logan, back of the goal. Logan's pass around on the boards for Rhoda. He's pinned by Daly. Logan into the corner for the puck, having difficulty. Now having some room to skate. Starting up with the puck. A long pass, knocked down by Butler, but he couldn't get good control of the puck. And Bays picks it up in his own zone. Steers it to center to Sneps. Sneps of the Canucks over the left to Logan. Back to Sneps on the right. His pass deflects into the Flyer bench and right. Play in the Vancouver zone. The Canucks in possession. Lindgren on the left for Hughes. Back to Lindgren, starting out of his own zone to the blue line. Now it's set to Gradine. Hook. Play goes on. A long shot by Smeal is stopped. Gradine getting up slowly. Reggie Leach gets the puck. Crowd reacting as Gradine went down with a hook at center. Reggie Leach with the puck. In on the Vancouver defense. Inside the line. Passes in the corner. Clark in after it. Bumped off the puck. Battles for it back of the goal. It's controlled by Hughes from back of the net. Hughes, long pass, intercepted by Hill at center. Takes it to the Vancouver line. Hurdles over a couple of Canucks and lost possession of the puck. Gradine has it deep in his own zone. In the right corner to Lindgren. Trying to get it to Smeal. Intercepted. Reg Leach coming in on goal. He shoots. He scores! Reg Leach with a fine move. And the Flyers have tied it up. And Kurt Fraser gets up limping after attempts. He could check Leach in the slot. He made a move away from him and beat Bromley, who was coming out when Leach surprised him with that low shot along the ice.
Well, some guys can smell the goal line in football. They just have that knack of scoring touchdowns. Reggie Leach, a great goal scorer in the National Hockey League. 1 year he had 60 on the year, and the Canucks and the Flyers are now tied at 3.
And Leach now has over 500 points in the NHL. They announced the third Flyer goal.
Assist to number 6, Andre Dupont. The time, 4:09.
Dupont gets the only assist
now and then, but he's playing hockey for the Philadelphia Flyers.
Play in the Vancouver zone. Bosniak keeps the puck in, kicks it to Bridgman along the boards. He's hit by Logan. The puck is centered, intercepted by McCarthy. Now up the middle to Bolderev. Bolderev passes at the line. Manerian moved the other way, didn't see the pass. Back comes Barber. Barber at center, on the right to Bridgman, into the Vancouver zone, coming into the slot. On the left boards to Rick McLeish. Put it behind the net. Barber missed it. Bosniak at the right point to McLeish in the corner. Missed the pass as Logan worked him over. And they threaten to get into fisticuffs, but don't. McLeish breaks his stick. Picks up a new one as McCarthy from behind the net. Gives it to Logan in the corner. Bridgman ran at him, and it's getting rough. Now Bolderev. Stick handles over the Philadelphia line. Passes for Maneri and tipped away. And the Flyers come right back. Barber, left wing at center. At the Vancouver line, and a 3-3 tie. And all 6 goals have been rather strange. Something about them, a deflection or a dispute of some kind, or a mistake that's been obvious. Strange goals. The teams are working hard, but making a lot of mistakes. John Hughes behind his own goal with the puck. Plays it up on the left boards. Darcy Rhoda tips it to center ice. Brian Propp back to pick it up. Rookie forward taps it back to Bathe. Deep in his own zone on the left. Steers it to center. Lindgren intercepts. Back in his own zone with the puck. Lindgren scoops it up on the left wing to Darcy Rhoda. Tried to get it to Butler. Couldn't reach the pass. Bathe gets possession for Philadelphia. Puts it off the boards. It tipped away from Rhoda. Loose at center. Stolen by Brassard. On the left boards for Darcy Rhoda. Shoots it in. Wound up back of the net. Mears stops it there. In goes Butler after the puck. A battle near the corner to the right of Meir. Butler had it momentarily. It bounces away. Hughes poked it near the front of the net. Daly chipped it away from the traffic and cleared it to center ice. Lindgren has it there across to Hughes. Hard pass for Brassard. Misses him. But Butler gets the puck. Dumps it in the Flyer zone where it's intercepted by Brian Propp. Propp in his own zone. Back to Daly. Daly's pass bounces away from Linsman. Now Bates with the puck. Oh, and he throws the Vancouver player Butler to the ice. He's got him down underneath him. Their gloves are off. Bates working over Butler along the boards. Now they're on their feet in a close wrestling hold. Bates throws 2 or 3 left hands into Butler, who gets the left hand in now. Now they're throwing punches at each other. Now Butler goes down with Bates hitting him with the left hand and knocking him down. Now he's throwing uppercuts into Butler when they're down on the ice, and the officials get them apart in a big pileup. Bates did seem to get the upper hand in the fight.
Oh, they say you can't change the spots on Leopard. Earlier in the season, even I thought that the Flyers' style had changed a little bit. Kelly will serve a 2-minute roughing minor.
Smeal is hooked to the ice right away by Dupont on a face-off, and there's some reaction to that. Canucks with a man advantage deep in their own zone with the puck. Gradin behind the net for Brassard. On the right to Gradin. Clark overtakes him. The pass went back to Brassard. Stick handles to center ice. Plays it on the left. Brought in over the line by Boulder. Of a shot deflects high off McElhargy. Face off. Oh, he just hooked at him. Didn't upset him this time. Lindgren at the right point. Moving in. Winding up a shot. Blocked. This time Steele was dumped in front of the net where he usually is. The puck is steered to center by Leach. Controlled by Brassard. Now to Lindgren. His pass tipped away by McElhargy. Puck goes loose to Bolderev at his own line. Now Lindgren on the right side at center. Plays it back to Brassard. Brings it to center ice. In on the Flyer defense. Takes it over the line. Gives it to Smeal along the right boards near the point. Passes it behind the net. Controlled by Gradin. In the corner to Brassard. Centering it. A shot. Oh, hit the post. It slides across in front. Quick shot from the left. Looked like Bolderev snapped it and it went high and off the post. Brassard tied up by Clark. Puck goes loose. Lindgren put it wide. McElhargy and Gradin go after it in the corner. Bumping along the boards. Bolderev digs out the puck. Now to Lindgren on the end boards. Around behind the goal. Tried to jam it. He's taken out by Dupont, who falls over the puck. It's behind the net. Battle for it there. Bolderev gets the puck. Crowd yelling for a penalty back of the net. Bolderev with the puck. Trying to come in front. A backhander in the crowd. Scooped off the ice by Meir. Now McElhargy. Carried a 3-3 tie. Bridgman getting the puck on the face-off. Lupel forces him to the end boards. Bridgman still working with the puck. Now Williams goes in, throws a heavy check. He wants Bridgman, and he's got him. Now the fight is on. Williams and Bridgman along the end boards to the right of Meir. Williams on top, but they're both scrapping at close range. No one seems to be getting an upper hand yet. Bridgman, of course, a real tough guy, too. Lots of them in this Flyer lineup. Lots of them in both lineups. Now along the end boards, fighting at close range. Mel Bridgman and Tiger Williams. Williams gets in one uppercut. Bridgman stays right with him, pinning him on the boards. They had a long argument just before the face-off. As soon as he got the chance, Williams went after him. Now he hits him in the face. The linesmen are in between them, but Williams is hitting Bridgman in the face. Now the linesmen are trying to get them apart, Bridgman and Williams. And it's just the kind of a hockey game that we expected.
Oh, there's a real glare in their eye. These two guys really want each other. You pointed that out when they came out for the face-off, Jim, that they had words together. Tiger Williams, he just seeked Bridgman right out. I don't think the way...
So be aware of that. Wouldn't mind stirring up Tiger to get him out of the game. He might oblige. The score is 3-all. Canucks still have the man advantage, but only for another 8 seconds. Kearns at center with the puck. Now to McCarthy. Dumps it in around on the boards. Lupel hustling in after it. Around behind the net. Wozniak took him to the boards. McLeish picks up the puck. Comes out quickly. Joined by Kelly, who came out of the penalty box. Serving the minor assist to Bade. Now McLeish, a wrist shot. Bromley caught it. Leaves it for Kearns. Banks it on the boards. Right to the point. It came out to center and down the ice. Great for it in the Flyer zone. Watson and Gillis Watson, and Gillis turned right away from as Watson got the puck, and the crowd would notice that. And I'm sure Harry Neal would too, as Gillis had a chance to body check Watson. Now Gillis coming in on goal. He's hooked. There's going to be a penalty as the puck scores 3-all. Play in Philadelphia territory. Lindgren can't keep the puck in at the point of reach for the puck. Reggie Leach picks it up. In over the Vancouver line. Lost it to Brassard. Came in front. They score! Bobby Clark. Another short-handed goal by the Flyers. Another goal against the Canuck power play. Clark scoring from Leach. And it's 4-3 Philadelphia.
That's 2 short-handed goals for Bobby Clark, and both scored against the Vancouver Canucks this season. That's short-handed goal number 13 for the Flyers. We told you in the opening period the Flyers ever dangerous when they're short-handed. Of course, Barber, he's got short-handed goals, and Rick McLeish is the other. Those two work together very, very well.
Brassard stole the puck at it, and then went off his stick, and it went over to Leach, who centered it to Clark, who put it high into the net in front of Bromley. Leach, or rather Clark, had him at his mercy. Clark from Leach at 9:01 of the second period, a short-handed goal, and the Flyers lead and have the puck. Bob Daly ragging it around at center. Puts it across to Rick McLeish, weaving back to his own zone, takes it inside the line, then clears it down the ice. 1:10 left in the Flyer penalty. It was Jimmy Watson and not Bosniak who got that hooking penalty on Jerry Gillis. It's Jim Watson in the penalty box, not Bosniak. Play now in the Flyer zone. McGreen deflects a shot. Oh, went to the goal line, not in. And it was swept away from outside the line, and Green tipped it off of Mears' pads, and it just stayed out. Back in the Vancouver zone, Spiel behind the net to Lupul. 45 seconds left in Jim Watson's penalty. Lupul out from behind the net. Stick handles to his own line. Up the middle to center. Long pass, tipped off of Rhoda's stick. Rhoda to the corner. Try to roll it in front. It goes to the corner on the opposite side to McLeish. Scoops it high out to center ice. It bounces to Barber. Coming in on McCarthy. Barber shoots. Bromley had trouble with it, but stopped it. Swept it aside. Now there's only 20 seconds left in the Flyer penalty. The score's 4-3 Philadelphia. Gillis at center with the puck. Winds up, slaps it. It went off a leg to the corner. Lupul goes in after. Came back to Rich. Snaps a shot. And a good save by Meir. And 2 up against Linsman. And the face-off. Flyers get possession. DuPont behind the net to Daly. Puts it off the boards. Tipped away at the blue line. Kept on side. A bouncing puck knocked down by DuPont. Canucks. Flyers now back at full strength. Play in the Vancouver zone. Logan put it off the boards. Holmgren brings it in onside, says the linesman appeared to be onside. That's why the crowd is yelling. Now Lupul starts out with the puck. To Sneps. At center for Gillis. Checked off the puck there by Prop. Flyers come back as Linsman races in the Vancouver zone. Bromley comes away out of the goal. Scoops the puck behind the net. Holmgren goes to the corner after it. Bumps with Sneps. Battle for the puck along the boards. Puck is dug out by McCarthy. Clears it to center ice. Jim Watson picks it up there, back at his own line. Banks it off the boards to Holmgren, a 2-line pass. Bruins. Another bruiser tomorrow night. The Bruins are still in town here, just roosting up for it. Play in the Philadelphia zone. Hughes shot for the left point, blocked in front. The scramble in front of the net. The puck is scooped away. Linsman backhands it to Holmgren. Back to Linsman. Left boards at center. Into the Vancouver zone against Lindgren. Stops on the boards. Linsman's pass is tipped away by Gradine. Spiel starting back. Right wing at center. In on the defense. A long shot. And Meir had trouble with it. Juggled it, but stopped it. Steered it in behind the net. Battle for it in the end boards. As Spiel, Flyers gets possession, winning a lot of those face-offs. McElhargy puts it around on the board. Stan Spiel intercepts in the right boards near the corner. Holding the puck behind the net to Gradine. Back for Spiel. He missed the return pass when he was checked. Flyers come back. Reggie Leach, right wing at center. Long shot wide of the goal. Puck bounces on the left boards to Al Hill. His pass intercepted by Lindgren. His pass knocked down. He got the puck back. Lindgren. Vancouver penalty coming up to John Hughes. He's right. Flyers in the Vancouver zone on the power play. Daly at the right point. A hard shot. Hit Bromley. Bounces to Leach. Ready and he shoots. He scores! It trickles off a leg. Rolled inside the post. Just over the goal line. I believe it'll be Leach's goal, and the Flyers lead 5-3.
And what a job Big Holmgren did. Screening not only Gary Bromley, but he was tying up the Vancouver defense. Harold Sneps in particular. Reggie Leach with a very quick shot on off one of the players. I don't think so. I think Leach will get credited with his second goal of the hockey game. Certainly that goal just as much as the guy who shot the puck.
Leach gets the goal.
12-26.
It's goal number 40.
Reggie Leach is 40th of the season from Bob Daly. and Bill Barber at 12:26.
A power play goal by Leach makes it 5-3 Philadelphia. Steps in his own zone, takes the puck in behind Bromley. Passes on the right boards for McCarthy. Brings it to center, moving in on Watson, getting in parallel to him. Took a weak shot, and Mears stopped. Follows up back of the net. The puck is poked to the corner by Daly. Now brought on the left side by Hill. Hill weaving out of his own zone with the puck. Now carries to center on the right. McCarthy's lost his stick as he bumped him at the line. The play
Cash in very quickly. Leach with his 40th goal of the season.
A long shot by Chris Maneri, easily handled by Meir. Put off the boards to Kelly. Now it's centered to McLeish, coming out with Vervegard. McLeish shoots the puck in the Vancouver zone, and wound up back in the net. Snips gets to it first. Kelly bumps with him. Vervegard in the corner, tried to center the puck and hit Bolderev. Now Rick McLeish controls, coming out of the corner, a shot knocked down by Bromley. He doesn't know where the puck is. It's in behind the net.
And play tonight. Started off slowly. The Canucks jumped out 2-0, but they've had a very strong second period.
Puck cleared into Philadelphia territory. Wozniak in after it. Butler goes in to check him along the boards. Battle for the puck. Rhoda also helped.
I think Holmgren's first goal was a pretty nice one. He was just out and about, but it was a...
Yeah, but when linesman skate was a factor in that
right.
one.
Yeah, right.
A lot of strange goals. But certainly Bobby Clark, there's nothing strange about that one. As he snapped it in on a 2-on-1 break with Leach. Playing Vancouver territory. Puck along the boards. Kelly tried to dig it out. Now it's being brought up by Jerry Butler. On the left wing to Rhoda. Coming in over the line. Drops it back for Logan. Puts it in front. And Butler just missed the pass in front of the net. Puck is in behind the Flyer goal. Wozniak gets possession. Starting up on the right. To his own line. Misses a check at center. Still with the puck. Scoops it in as he's bumped by Logan. Bromley tapped it behind the net to Brassard. Brassard on the right boards to Jerry Butler at center. Stick handling there. A pass too far ahead for Rhoda. Rhoda and McElhargy after the puck. Heavy collision in the corner. Sticks come up a bit. Holmgren gets the puck. Turning at the side now. Clears it up on the left boards for Bob Kelly. Kelly overskates back to get control. Hit by Smeal. They rough each other up. Play goes on. Long rink wide pass to Linsman. Coming in on steps and he overskates the puck. Goes back to pick it up. Bumping along the boards with Darcy. Fits in a lot of ways. Also with his skill and his great skating speed. Puck bounces into the Flyer zone. Holmgren back to pick it up. Banks it off the boards and down the ice. Linsman racing after with McCarthy. It'll be quite a race. McCarthy just got to it first. He wins a faceoff. Back to Snets. A shot. Blocked by Meir. A loose puck in front and Smeal couldn't get his stick on it. Flyers get possession as Holmgren clears it to center ice. Checked on the boards by Gillis. Daly goes to the puck. Over the Vancouver line. Poke check by Sneps. McElhargy gets possession. Stick handles to the Vancouver line. Bumped by McCarthy. Sneps turns with the puck. On the right wing to Smeal. Smeal to Gradine. Coming in on the defense on his backhand. Gradine sets. His shot hit Daly. The puck went in behind the net. Banked around on the boards. McCarthy moves in after it. Bounding on the boards. Got possession.
This kid is remarkable when you consider the disease he does have.
A diabetic.
Tireless worker.
Has the insulin shot every day, and he's missed 16 games in 11 years. A long shot on Bromley. Caught. Hell to stop the play. Ends the draw. Back to Wozniak. A shot. Bromley turned it aside. Hughes with the puck turning in the left corner. Up on the left wing. Williams couldn't control it. It bounces out to center ice. Reg Leach with it there. Leach playing a very strong game. Over the line, but Clark.
Maybe the day that Bobby might step aside, which could be in the next maybe 2 or 3 years.
Play in the Vancouver zone. The Canucks having difficulty getting out. Intercepted by Watson. Left point. A shot went high. Lindgren gets the puck off the glass. Now to Hughes, coming out on the left to his own blue line. Passes at center, tipped off a boulder of stick. Leach gets control of the puck, and the Flyers have control this second period. They lead 5-3. We're down 3-2 after one. Here's a quick break for Leach. Coming in, and Bromley came out to steer the loose puck aside. Hughes on the left boards. For Boulder at center, went off his skate. Now it's controlled by Watson. Now to Wozniak, back to Jimmy Watson, coming out on the left. Now to Vervegard, shoots the puck in the Vancouver zone as Lindgren hit him. And they rough each other up. Hughes from behind the net on the right boards. Maneri couldn't catch up with the pass. Lindgren goes back of the net, drives the puck on the boards. It tipped off Williams' stick. Daly from the right point. Passes for Vervegard. He's bumped. And the player ran into him. Maneri went to the ice. Lindgren at center with the puck. Over the Philadelphia line. Coming in on the right. A shot. Meir stopped it on the short side. DuPont takes Lindgren heavily to the end boards. They rough it up back of the net. Play goes on. A shot on Mears. Kicked aside as it was taken from a sharp angle by Bolderev. Back at center comes Dennis Vervegard. On the left to Bridgman. Over the Vancouver line. Drops it to Hill. Back in the corner to Bridgman. He tried to center it. It's blocked by Maneri. Played around on the boards to Bolderev. Starting out of his own zone. For Williams. Intercepted by Vervegard. A long shot by Ververgaard missed the Vancouver goal. 2:17 left in the period. Now Maneri ices the puck. Daly goes to it, back of Meir. And the play is shot on the face-off by McLeish. Hits Bromley. Battle back of the net. Kelly out of the corner. Put the puck on the inboards to Rick McLeish. Back in the corner to Kelly. Back to McLeish behind the net. He centered it. It went off a leg in front. It's cleared to the side to Ruda. Starting up on the left wing. His pass intercepted by Kelly coming back. Dumps it in. There'll be a delayed offside now. It's have Logan and McCarthy on defense. Kearns has been used sparingly in the second period. Barber forcing McCarthy back. Now Brassard controlling the puck deep in his own zone. He's out there between Ruda and Butler. Having trouble getting out. McCarthy banks it off the boards to the line and out. Brought in by...
And they don't have a scorer in the top 10 in the NHL.
Play at the Philadelphia line. Wozniak with the puck. Another player who's come out of their farm system after being dropped by other NHL clubs. Now Brassard over the Philadelphia line. The right side, a shot right on, and Meir caught it. As it was higher, Stan Spiel has 2 assists tonight. Now has 57 points on the year. Daly's pass bounces off the boards to center ice. Lindgren back after a rolling puck late in the second period. Now deep in his own zone, watched by Holmgren. Hard pass tipped out to center ice, and Clark controls there. Last minute of the second period now. Steps at his own line with the puck. Works to center on the left. Checked by Clark as he puts the puck in. Berdeen going in against Watson. They go to the corner. Berdeen checked Watson on the inboards. Puck is dug out by Clark. Clark's pass tipped away. The puck kept in by Stan Spiel. Backhanded near the front of the net. Berdeen can't quite reach it. Now he hustles to the boards after the puck. Clark steered it away from him. Up on the left for Brian Propp. Now to Holmgren. In on Lars Lindgren. Just inside the Vancouver line. The puck goes to the corner. Propp going in against Spiel. Spiel banked it around on the boards for Berdeen. He's bumped by Holmgren. They cover up the puck on the boards in the Vancouver zone. Clark goes in to dig it out. Plays it back to Watson. His shot stopped by Bromley. Steps behind the net with the puck. 14 seconds left in the period as he's bumped by Holmgren. The puck is steered to center ice. Berdeen and Clark spinning each other around. The puck goes loose, and Clark taps it out to center ice. 5 seconds left in the period. Puck is shot into the Vancouver zone. Steps goes in after it as the buzzer goes to end the second. Vancouver 3, so we have Nick on the left to Watson. Shoots the puck in. It went into the face of Vancouver defenseman Kevin McCarthy. Shook him up for a moment. Now he recovers and gets the puck. Plays it on the right wing to Smeal. At center for Gradine. Fraser's on left wing with him. There's a hook on Gradine, and there's going to be a Philadelphia power play opportunity for Vancouver in the game. They've had 1 goal on the power play. 27 minutes and penalties against Philadelphia now. Vancouver's had 17 minutes. Canucks in their own zone, trailing 5-3, trying to set up. Brassard from behind the net. Stick handling with the puck, brings it to his own line, feeds it on the right wing to Smeal, shoots it in. Bill Meir missed it back of the net. It bounces in front. Gradine centering it, but it's cleared away and down the ice as Jimmy Watson shot at the length of the ice. Brassard, Lindgren, Gradine, Smeal, and Bolderev, the Canuck penalty killers, or rather the Canuck power play. Clark and Leach, the penalty killers, up front for Philadelphia, giving the Canucks trouble in their own zone. Now Brassard brings it out. On the right to Gradine at center, shooting it in. They race in after it. Meir stops it back of the net. Passes it in the corner, goes right to Bolderev. Behind the goal for Stan Spiel in front, and Gradine just missed the pass in front of the net. Pass a bit too hard. Lindgren back at center with the puck. Shoots it in. Again, they race in after it. Meir comes out of the net to scoop it high, and he gets it outside the blue line. Brassard taps it to Lindgren. Back on the left to Ole Brassard. He's at center with the puck. Over the Philadelphia line on the left. Stops along the left boards. Passes to Bolderev. Bolderev along behind the net, controlling the puck. McCarthy appeared to be open, but he didn't give him the puck, and then Leach gets it and clears it out. McCarthy back to his own line to get the puck. On the left for Brassard. Brassard feeds it to Bolderev over the line. Try to get it to Gradine. Gradine has to come to the boards to get the puck. In the corner to Ivan Bolderev. Lost the puck, but checked by Bridgman. Daly gets the puck and clears it out. Back for the puck is Kevin McCarthy. 20 seconds left in Propp's penalty. And the Canucks, again, having all kinds of trouble in the power play. In that way against pretty well every club in the league, especially this Philadelphia penalty killing. McCarthy, rink wide to Kearns, along past to Lupul. Coming in on McElhargy. A shot went wide. Lupul put it off the target. Now it's brought out by Daly. Flyers back at full strength. Here's a breakaway pass to Propp, and it went off his stick, cutting in on goal. Bromley steered it behind the net. Flyers back at full strength. Williams up the middle to center, bumped by Daly, knocking him down. Lupul gets the puck. He faked the shot. He centered it. It went off the leg. Here's a shot by Williams, and the traffic is blocked. Puck is tangled up in skates. Lupul fishing for it. It's scooped high to center ice. A couple of gloves on the ice. being recovered by McLeish and Daly. Nearing the 3-minute mark, third period. 5-3 Philadelphia. Logan with the puck for Vancouver, up the middle to center. Puts it off the boards to Ruda. Backhands it in. Lupul racing into forecheck. Taken behind the net by DuPont, who took a check from Williams. The puck is cleared around on the boards to Kelly at center. Misses McLeish with a pass. Now back comes Ruda, shooting the puck in. Again, Lupul hustles into forecheck. Puck went around on the boards to Tiger Williams. Bumped by Vervegard. Rick McLeish gets the puck. Banks it off the boards, down the ice, into Vancouver territory. A race for the puck. Logan and Kelly. Logan touches it first up at the Flyer zone. Philadelphia getting possession. Puck is passed to McLeish. Avoids a check from McCarthy. Lost the puck. A long drive by Fraser went wide. Puck came off the boards to Kelly. Bumped by Butler as he clears the puck to center ice. Harold Snep's backing up inside his own blue line. Now to Gillis. Lost possession. Now Rick McLeish just dumps the puck in. Philadelphia with a 5-3 lead. Steps in back of his own goal for the puck. Passes up on the right boards for Butler, tied up by Watson. McLeish got the puck to Kelly on the left boards. Back for McLeish. It slides away from him. Stolen in the Vancouver zone by Buzniak. Coming in on the right, getting in close. He backhands it across in front of Bromley to the corner. Kelly falls with Butler heavily along the boards. McCarthy covers up the puck. Gets
The younger players, they seem to be like a ball of string. When they seem to fall apart, it all goes at once. There's nobody really to get the guys back together. Something that they'll have to either find, or one of these young guys will have to come to the forefront.
Play in the Vancouver zone. Lupul banks the puck off the glass. It bounces into Flyer territory. McElhargy after the puck. Smeal goes in to check him. McElhargy turns in the corner. Smeal pins him on the boards. Puck came loose. Lupul tried to get it to Smeal in the corner. Went around in the end boards. Still back of the net. Now Gradin digs it out in front for Lupul, and he couldn't get the pass. It slides back into Flyer territory. Lindgren also just failed to reach that pass from behind the net. John Hughes back of his own goal. A long pass over 2 lines to Smeal. Face-off circle. DuPont had moved up on this one. Puck control by Vancouver. Lupul on the left boards. Taps it to center. Propp racing back into his own zone. Scoops it ahead to Bridgman, who turns inside the blue line. Plays it on the left to DuPont. DuPont's
Barry, the Flyers play Los Angeles tomorrow night. Bob Barry of the Kings is up scouting the Flyers.
puck shot in the Vancouver zone by Bosniak. Holmgren and Hughes go after it in the corner. Holmgren bumps Hughes along the boards. The puck goes to Smeal. Coming out on the right wing. Now to Lupul at center. Back passes for Smeal along the right boards. Ran into DuPont. The puck came loose. Gradin had it momentarily. He's checked off the puck. And Holmgren gets possession. Now to Bridgman on the left side, just inside his own blue line. Back to Holmgren, up the middle to center. In on the defense, the big native of St. Paul, Minnesota, coming in on goal, shoveling it in front. No red light, but they scored. They still haven't turned the red light on. Philadelphia scoring at 6-3 and a pass out right out in front of Bromley.
Mel Bridgman, as Holmgren showed great strength breaking in from the right side as he had one arm on the Canuck defenseman. He muscled a one-handed shot towards Bromley, a weak shot. Bromley made the save, but Mel Bridgman was skating in. He just
from Holmgren. Bridgman had started the play in his own zone, and he finished it off right in front of the net. Play now in the Canuck zone. Daly at the right point. A shot deflects high. Goes over the glass in among the spec. Not that long. McLeish over the Vancouver line to Daly. A hard shot. He scores! Bob Daly. Outer edge of the face-off circle on the right side. Blasting it by Bromley's stick, and it's 7-3 Philadelphia.
very innocent play. The Flyers win the face-off just outside the Canucks blue line. McLeish takes it into the Canucks zone, moves it over to Daly. Daly just wound up and blasted away. Beat Bromley on the far side, and now the Philadelphia Flyers are making this one a lapper, as that's goal number 7 on the night for Bob Daly. That's his 12th goal of the season.
Rick McLeish set him up. Will get the assist at 5:59 of the third period. Boulder of a long slap shot wide of the goal. Puck bounces to Barber. Put it around behind the net to Daly. Kelly is getting a second assist on Daly's goal. Kelly starting out of his own zone for Philadelphia. At center to Barber. Barber weaving around at center with the puck as the Flyers are changing on the move. Barber puts it off the boards. It's tipped away by Maneri, recovered by Kelly. Plays it back to Daly. On the left to Watson. His pass hit Logan. Puck left sitting at the line. Barber picks it up. Now McLeish turning inside the blue line with the puck. Flips it across for Bob Kelly, but it's too high to handle. Logan with the puck for Vancouver. Starting up the middle to his own line. Cuts to the left as he carries to center. In on the defense. Backing up Bosniak. Goes into the left corner. Try to center the puck, and Bobby Clark intercepts. Clark feeds it up on the left wing. A long pass now for Leach on the right side from Hill. Puck is too far ahead for him. It's tapped to the end boards. Lindgren banked it on the boards, intercepted. Wozniak shoots. Good save by Bromley. Bounces on the right side to Butler. Now to Brassard. Slashed by Clark as he gets to center. Now to Butler on the right wing. Coming in on DuPont. A shot went high. Puck bounces around in the corner to Mears' right. Wozniak steers it to center. Leach puts it in the Canuck zone as Hughes trips him up. Puck is cleared off the boards, outside the line and brought in off playing Canuck territory. Hughes back to get the puck on the inboards. A hard pass almost bounced off Lindgren in front of the net. Now Bridgman, or rather Brassard with the puck. He lost it to Daly just outside the flyer line. To Bridgman, left side at center. Hooked there by Butler. There's going to be a Vancouver penalty. Put in a request for that available number. Tiger Williams is number 26. His 22 taken by Bob Mano, who's on the Canuck injury list. Bill Barber at center with the puck. Philadelphia with a man advantage. Now to Clark. To Daly, who's right at center as they move it in slowly. Now Bridgman brings it over the line. Centers the puck and it's cleared away from in front. Gillis after the puck. Barber took it away from him. Goes into the corner. Now behind the net for Holmgren. Comes out of the corner to the right of Bromley. To the left point to Clark. Back in the corner to Barber. Controlling the puck. Puts it behind the net to Bridgman. Holmgren's in front. Causing havoc there. A shot blocked. Loose puck at the side of the net. Battle for it back at the Vancouver goal. McCarthy down, try to cover it up. And does facing off against McLeish. Lupo wins the draw. The puck goes right to Daly at the left point. As McCarthy failed to clear it. Kelly in the corner to Bromley's right. Plays it back to the left point to Barber. Barber right on the blue line with the puck. On the left boards to Kelly near the corner. Watched by McCarthy. The puck played across to Leach in the right circle. Back to the right point to Daly. The big guy gives it Leach in the right circle. He shoots it wide. Bounces to the left point to Barber. Barber puts it across to Leach in the right corner, turning along the boards to Daly. A weak shot intercepted by Gillis. Jerry Gillis stick handles to center ice, taking his time with the puck. Stick handles in over the line. Try to go through. Slowed up by Daly, and the play goes on as the puck went loose to Rick McLeish. Swinging quickly out of his own zone. The talented McLeish at center with the puck. In on the Vancouver zone. It's tapped back to Barber, coming in for the left point. He shoots it, hits Hughes, and goes to the corner. Hughes took Barber to the boards. Kelly behind the net. Right boards to Leach, who missed the pass. The puck bounces to center ice. We're halfway through the third period. Philadelphia 7, Vancouver 3. Daly puts the puck into Leach. Coming in on the right wing, he shoots. Bromley stopped it. Lindgren takes it back of the net. Passes up on the right boards to Smeal. Stan Smeal ragging the puck now. Taking a little more time back near his own line. Now comes to center on the left. Moves to the Flyer blue line. Check from behind. Keeps going with the puck. All tied up by Daly, who takes him to the boards. And they cover up. Wins a draw to Fraser. A slap shot. Blocked. The puck bounces off Bridgman. Battle for the puck on the board. It's tapped to center ice. Lindgren banks it off the boards to Hughes. Back to Lindgren deep in his own zone. On the left to Hughes. Hughes, rink wide. It's intercepted by Bridgman in the Vancouver zone. Coming in on goal. Plays it back. A weak shot by Hill went behind the net. Kicked in the corner. Fraser picked it up. Banks it around on the boards. It's steered out. Gradine going after it. Slowed up by Hill. And the puck goes to Jim Watson. Banks it off the boards to center ice. Bridgman swings a stick at Gradine, and the play goes on. Wozniak from behind the net with the puck to Vervegaard. Bumped by Hughes and knocked him down, and the crowd reacts to that. Now a fight. Hughes. Can't see who he's scrapping with. It's Wozniak fighting Hughes. Now Gradine and Bridgman. Gradine throws a punch into Bridgman's, or rather it's the other way around. Bridgman hits Gradine. Now he takes his helmet off. Lindgren tries to help Gradine, having trouble with Bridgman. The referee is right there to watch it. We'll see how he calls it here. Everybody's got partners. Fraser wants to get in there and help. Bridgman is pounding Gradine, so Fraser now grabs Bridgman, and there's a big knot of players down on the ice. The initial fight is over. Hughes and Wozniak. Gradine is down on the ice after taking quite a few punches. Now he's trying to get to his feet. Bridgman was punching him, and the referee was right there close watching it. Hopefully Bridgman will get additional penalties, as Gradine certainly took the worst in that brief fight. Now they're all being untangled. There might be a third man of some description here, I'm not sure. Lindgren and Fraser came to Gradine's rescue. Fraser now wants to get at Bridgman, the former Victoria Cougars. Right now Hill is holding, of course he's another former Victoria Cougar who's out of Nanaimo, who's holding Fraser off. Now Bridgman goes to the Flyer bench. Well, Bridgman's not going to be too... Someone on the other team who doesn't like that style and go after him. Intimidation is part of the game. Bolderev coming in on goal. A backhander missed the net. Puck came around to the left point. Brassard with the puck. To the right point to McCarthy. Canucks have the man advantage. McCarthy to Brassard. Left point. Back to McCarthy. Right point. Motions with his glove. Comes along the blue line. There's a penalty to Meir in front. Upsetting Williams. Here's a chance for Brassard. Weak shot went wide. Philadelphia penalty coming up. Meir. Clark tied up by Brassard. Puck dug out by Bo. A punch in Brassard's face by Bobby Clark. A shot by Bolderev went wide, and no official saw it. Right in the face. Clark just blasted Brassard. Play going on. McCarthy right side and center. Turning with the puck. Barber slows him up. Puck rolls to Bolderev. Back to McCarthy. Coming in over the line. Daly knocked it off his stick. Barber goes to the puck. Scoops it high to center ice. Brassard and Clark racing after the puck. Brassard into the corner to pick it up. Banks it around in the right corner to McCarthy. Now to Bolderev, coming up the middle to center. In on the defense. Bolderev taps it to Williams along the left boards. Back to Brassard. Over to McCarthy. Right point. A shot. Meir made a good save. Swept it to the corner. Bolderev out of the corner with the puck. Across to Brassard. Out to McCarthy. Rough in front. Pass to the boards to Bolderev. Coming away from the right boards. Fakes the shot. Back to McCarthy. Winding up. Shoots. Williams tried to deflect it and Daly cleared him away. Clark dumps the puck down the ice. Flyers doing some great penalty killing. Although the Canucks have had some pressure and control of the puck. Can't get it through that traffic. Bolderev to Lupul over the line. Coming in on goal. Nice move. And a good glove save by Meir on Gary Lupul's fine move. Header a shot from about 30 feet. 7:25 left in the game. Philadelphia 7, Vancouver 3. Teams changing on the move. Puck brought to center ice. Controlled by Snips. Checked off the puck. McLeish clears it outside the line. Lupul picks it up. Back to Kearns. Kearns on the right boards for Gradine. His pass tipped away and the puck slides back into Vancouver territory. Crowd booing the Canuck power play. Now Kearns brings it out. Slides it on the right to Lupul. Bumped by DuPont. The puck slides into the corner. Gradine scoots in after it. Turning in the corner to Lupul. Overskates the puck. DuPont dumps it out. Penalty still in effect, but Canucks having all kinds of problem on their power play. Now organizing back in their own zone. They have a two-man advantage. Puck is brought to center by Spiel in over the line. Drops it on the left boards to Steps. Right point to Kearns. Right circle. Lupul holds, shoots, it's blocked. And the puck is controlled by Barber with a good effort. He shoots it down the ice. Crowd unhappy here as the Canuck power play, even with a two-man advantage, is unable to score. And there's still 56 seconds left in those two Philadelphia penalties. McCarthy dumps the puck in, wide of the net. Gillis racing in after it against Barber. They go to the corner. Spiel digs out the puck, plays it around on the board. Steps goes to it along the left boards. Checked by Clark near the corner. Puck kicks loose to Barber. Plays it high and down the ice. And again, the Canucks have to go back, listening to the boos of their home fans as they try and get the power play going with 5:48 left in the game. Gillis falls away from the play. The puck brought in by Rhoda. Now to McCarthy. A shot. Meir made the save and covered up the puck.
Still two men short. It's McLeish on the face-off for Philadelphia. Gets the draw on Meir and flips it back to McLeish. He's double-teamed in the corner. The Canucks drop it to the point to McCarthy. A drive. Meir the save. Rebound, and Meir is able to grab it and hold on. And now Daly and Gillis get into it at the side of the goal. Big Daly pounding away at Gillis, and now here come a couple of Canucks into it. And here comes somebody off the bench. Frank Bathe for Philadelphia. And now Snips comes out for Vancouver. And now everybody comes. And we have a bench-emptying brawl here in Vancouver.
Well, you could almost smell that coming, couldn't you, Dan? I think more than anything else, it is the frustration of the Vancouver Canucks. Meir took a goal off of Williams on a deflected shot. Right moments later, he took another one off of Lupul. And you have to say that Clark and Barber and Daly played better against 5 of the Vancouver Canucks, and this is the result of it.
Even the goaltenders, Peters and Bromley, have a hold of each other over at the other side. Hanlon is into it. Meir has a hold of a Vancouver player. Everybody just pairing off. There are 3 Flyers in the penalty box and only 1 Canuck. It all started out with Bob Daly. And who was it, Gillis?
I think it was Gillis.
Now look at the goaltenders. So a bench emptying brawl here in Vancouver with 5.5 minutes left. I don't know which pair to keep an eye on. These fellas don't like each other too well, do they? Now you look at, you have Meir. He lands the right hand against McCarthy, and Meir and McCarthy start to slug it out at center ice, as well as a couple of other belts inside the blue line. And everybody is paired off here in Vancouver, and the linesman and the referee are having a heck of a job to try and separate it. Now Hanlon comes over as a couple of Canucks have a hold of Linsman.
The last thing in the world that Tommy Gradine wants to do is fight, and Linsman on 2 occasions has tried to stick
Here come the players out of the penalty box now. The 3 Flyers and the 1 Vancouver player come out of the penalty box. And the old NHL coppers are going to get richer from this one.
All we need now is someone to go in the stands.
Everybody's still in it here in Vancouver, and people have come off the bench, including 4 players coming out of the penalty box. Bromley and Busnick of Philadelphia are nose to nose. Usually you don't see the goaltenders get that involved as we have in this one. They must really be mad at each other, these 2 teams.
Well, they're all hanging on and waltzing now. As we said, I kind of think it was Gary Gillis who earlier on we talked about as having great talent. Was a tremendous junior out of Sherbrooke at 50 or 60 goals a year. I thought he'd be a better pro than he was a junior, and had 1 good year. Oh, there they go again. Sneps and who?
Well, there's Harold Sneps on the far side with Holmgren. Everybody keeps an eye on those 2 now, as they are in at close quarters.
I've been in a few of those in my time. Dan never won one in my life, and I'll tell you, right now, all their arms have to be just tired, dead tired. I think they're carrying a pail of sand in each hand.
Oh, hold on. We have who's Smeal and
bumping heads.
Who's he with over there?
Bath.
Gets over into the penalty box again, and your guess is as good as mine as to who's in that one, as they're all in that penalty box area.
I kind of think it's number 5, Bath, the first chap who come off the bench. He and Smeal have been hanging on to each other all along, and a few minutes ago they're knocking heads.
Well, that's Spade that Smeal was with?
Spade. Thanks. Hey, that'll be a good one. Hanlon
and Meir, the goaltenders down near the blue line, start to dance around a little bit.
Neither one of them could punch their way out of a wet paper bag.
Well, here we go for the goaltenders championship. Yeah, incidentally, referee-in-chief Scotty Morrison is in the crowd here this evening. Now we have another outbreak. Dave Logan is into it with a couple of Flyers on the far side. This is getting kind of ridiculous, Howie.
Did he get paid for overtime, Dan?
Now we have Hanlon and Meir down near the goal mouth, and Hanlon with the left hand starts to pound away at Phil Meir. Now he gets the right hand, Craig. Now goes back to the left. Now goes over top. Hanlon and Meir, the goaltenders. Meir, the starter for Philadelphia. Hanlon, the backup for the Canucks, and Hanlon has landed some uppercuts. And now everybody comes over to try and help out Meir and Hanlon as they try and separate those two. Well, back at center ice. There we go with Holmgren and Snaps in the main event again. Where's Tiger throughout all this? Has he got a hold of somebody? Sure he has. I just can't see which Philadelphia player Tiger Williams of the Canucks is with.
Oh, he's got Kelly.
Pardon?
I think he has Kelly.
Yeah, Tiger Williams and Bob Kelly are nose to nose. They have a good hold on each other. Well, we have a bench carrying. Now we have another scrap as Logan and Bridgman down at the other end inside the blue line start to throw them. Bridgman with a left hand. Another left hand by Bridgman. Another left by Bridgman. Another left by Bridgman against Dave Logan.
That's got to be the mismatch of the year, that one down there.
Well, now Bridgman and Logan.
Somebody's got to go and help before he gets killed.
Bridgman has that left hand that he's been operating with. Oh, 5.5 minutes remaining in this game, and we are going to have an unbelievable amount of penalties. What do you do, Howie, if this continues?
Call it off, player tomorrow morning. Finish it tomorrow morning. Well, there isn't a person on the ice that's not due for a 5-minute penalty, so who stays out there to play? Let's put you and I go down there, and Neil and Alan.
Well, they seem to have things quieting down now. Well, we've had a bench emptying brawl, a penalty box emptier. 4 players came out of the penalty box. And there will be some stiff fines out of this incident. I've seen bench emptying brawls. I don't know I've seen one go quite so long.
No, I think that has been going on as longer than... Oh, there she goes again.
Busnick and Gillis are into it now. Busnick and Jerry Gillis of Vancouver. Busnick, number 28. Gillis, number 21 for the Canucks. And they are providing the activity now.
I think Bromley is the only one who's managed to stay out of a out of a fight where he's had to throw some punches. He just grabbed the smallest guy and hung on, which was very smart.
Well, Bromley and Peters are holding on to each other. They're goaltenders. Hanlon and Meir were into it earlier. Do you remember how this all started? Yeah, it was Daly and who in front of the net?
Gillis.
That's right, Bob Daly and Jerry Gillis.
Well, I started to say when this thing started half an hour ago and there was a lull that Jerry Gillis in wide open freewheeling hockey game has just lived up to his potential. He can make all the plays, but he hasn't been able to make the play in a crowd. He just seems to panic and get rid of the puck early. But in this type of confrontation, he's a brave man. And when he learns to play in a crowd, and hockey is really played in a crowd, within 40 feet of each goal, that's where the game is won or lost, and that's where it's tough, and that's where you have to make the plays. He hasn't been able to make them, but I'll tell you, he certainly has been in his share of fights, and you can't say, well, he's a shy young guy. Don't be shy, because he's in the middle of them.
There you see the empty benches. And now the activity comes back into one end of the rink, and players from both teams mill around there again. Boy, what a night for the linesmen, Christensen and Will Norris. I don't see Harry Neal down at that Vancouver bench. He was there earlier. He's not there right now. Pat Quinn is still at the Philadelphia bench.
I think when things sort of slow down a little bit out there in the ice, we'll show you how this started. It seems to me that Bob Daly come across in front of the net and hit Gillis pretty hard with a two-hander. Gillis got rid of the puck, and then both of them retreated in front of the net, and that's where it exploded. But Daly took a pretty good two-handed swing at Gillis, and I kind of think that's what led to this brawl that's been going on for the last 5 minutes. Well, folks, across the country... 5 minutes. The game isn't always played like this. Normally, it's a rough, tough, bodily contact game. Lots of goals, lots of body checks, the odd little fight. But once in a while, this happens.
Well, I think that order has been restored. We're going to take a chance because the Flyers seem to be going one way and the Vancouver Canucks the other. And I think everybody is too tired to pursue any more fisticuffs, so we are going to take a chance, and with 5.5 minutes left in the game, while they straighten out these penalties, break away for a commercial. 7-3, Philadelphia leading in the game. This is NHL 80, live from the Pacific Coliseum. Back here at the Pacific Coliseum in Vancouver, we have just had about 30 seconds of peace, and that's the longest time we've had in the last 10 minutes or so. And now they have to straighten out these penalties.
I don't know, if there's a way that they can straighten them out, Dan, I'll tell you. We maybe worked overtime. The players certainly have worked overtime in that fight, but that penalty timekeeper got his work cut out for him. Certainly has. Well, Dan, it all goes back to that, what I said earlier, that, is this how it started? Oh, that's not how it started. Back it up. And Daly come across in front of the net, took a two-hander at Gillis. A real two-hander. Back her up. Gillis has the puck in the corner. If you can just keep backing it up, there you see Gillis look at him. And now you got it. Now back it up again. Just back it up a little more. There's great intensity, I'll tell you, Daly. All right, now watch. Gillis coming out of the corner with the puck with his head down. Daly comes across, and he's going to just take him right off at the knees. It wasn't that bad a cut at him, but there Gillis looks back at him. Now from here it goes. Gillis comes up, tries to cross-check him and knock him down. Daly gives it to him back. The play stops, and right at this instance, Gillis sees Daly leaning over, and bang! Oops, it's the other way around. There, Daly landed the first one, the second one, and maybe the third one. That's it, folks.
And that's the way it started.
This is the way it ends. Look at them. Come on, fellas, get out there and pick up your gloves and pick up your sticks. And,
that's the Flyer rookie, Pete Peters. He looks like he's tired of it all.
Well, he was in it, too. He was throwing punches. Fellas will be talking about this one for a long time. Perhaps over a beer tonight, I'll tell you, they'll be saying, hey. Jerry Gillis, the chap that started it all. And I'm sure if he could show that intensity and willingness to handle the puck in the heavy going, if he could handle the puck as well as he handled his fists, he'd have a permanent spot on this Vancouver Canuck hockey team, because, as I've said not once but twice, maybe 3 times, he has talent. He has talent.
And Bobby Clark, and one thing you can't have happen to you, can't have those suspenders break in the middle of one of these things. It could be embarrassing. That's what he's getting patched up.
Standing there in your shorts and jockstrap, and you're in trouble. You know, Bobby Clark, we can keep him on there. Nobody wins big in any game without a Bobby Clark. He's an average skater, just an average puck handler. But he's super on defense, probably the best man in the league, helping his team regain possession of the puck. Besides that, I said it before, I have to say it again, the guy is a heart as big as all outdoors. So I'll tell you something else. He's about the meanest guy in the league with the stick. You don't agree?
Yeah. I was concentrating on something else, which is our next game in the series, St. Louis and Hartford. Next Friday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. As NHL 80 will be at the Civic Center in Hartford, Connecticut. The St. Louis Blues and the Hartford Whalers. 8 o'clock next Friday night. What I was thinking about, Howie, is I've always thought in terms of Bobby Clark being like a former teammate of yours by the name of Teeter Kennedy, that type of player. How would you make that comparison?
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. Kennedy was our leader when we won 4 Stanley Cups with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I'll tell you, if Ted Kennedy would have been an average skater, he would have been the greatest hockey player to ever play center, and I would think the same goes for Bobby Clark. He labors to skate. He is below average skater, but he does everything else so well.
Isn't Clark a better skater than Kennedy was?
I don't think so.
No?
Maybe by a half a step, but certainly Kennedy kept me in the league for 8 years, put a lot of money in my pocket, and I'll tell you, he was a constant bitcher. He knew more than the coach and the management when you weren't giving out. If you weren't giving out, look out. And that's exactly what Clark is too. And I think all the fellows in the Toronto Maple Leafs when I played had tremendous respect for Kennedy.
Wasn't the line Kennedy, Meeker, and Lynn at one time?
That's right.
Boy, I have a good memory, huh?
We sure have.
What year would that be?
1946. I was with Toronto from 46 to 53. And then coached in the American Hockey League for a couple of years, and then came back and coached Toronto.
Howie Meeker and the Crew Cuts.
Yeah, that's right.
Another good memory, huh? Yeah. Down memory lane here tonight as we wait for these penalties to be assessed. And Brian Lewis is the man who has the big task of straightening it out. Let's review the scoring as we show you with 5.5 minutes left that Philadelphia leads in this game 7-3. Philadelphia goals from Holmgren, Hill, Leach with a pair, Bobby Clark, Bridgman, and Bob Daly. The Vancouver goals from Maneri, from Brosser, and from Fraser. 7-3, Philadelphia leading. We have sticks and gloves all over the ice. We have the referee, Brian Lewis, over at the penalty box trying to straighten out this thing as far as the penalty assessment is concerned. Glad you never became a referee.
Yeah.
Howie Meeker, an expert on the Hockey Night in Canada telecast, a former player in the NHL, a former coach, and acknowledged to be one of the best analysts in the hockey broadcasting business, and I'm sure our NHL 80 audience have enjoyed your comments here tonight. I know with this long brawl, I've enjoyed all these stories you've come up with and all this chatter because these are difficult things to straighten out for a broadcaster.
Well, I very seldom take a run at an official because I think they are the most proficient people on the ice. But I'd have to say this, that I kind of felt that this was going to happen. You had to feel it, and I'm sure all you people at home, seeing Williams go at it a couple of times and everybody else, and every time there was a legal check that was just a little too tough for what they normally have to take within the rules, someone retaliated. And I would say that Lewis had to have that feeling in the seat of his pants that, hey, you guys, you come here to play hockey, not to fight. And I'd have sent a couple of those gentlemen to the dressing room a heck of a lot earlier.
What, give a game misconduct or something?
Sure. Sure. Get out of here. You come to play hockey, and you got the greatest crowd here that you've had all year, got the greatest American crowd going, and hey, we all like a fight, 5 minutes of it, and get it over with and get her going. All you people are lucky you're sitting at home and you can head for the refrigerator and have one. You and I got to sit here and suffer through it. So. Yeah.
There is Brian Lewis still at the penalty box and still trying to straighten out these penalties. I think the simplest thing might be to say who are the 3 best players on each team. You guys stay and everybody else go.
Oh, hey, that'd be super entertaining. You know, not too long ago we did 5 minutes Hockey Night in Canada. If there were rule changes, what rule changes would you like to make? You know what I'd love to see? I'd like to see 4 and a side.
At all times.
Yeah, 4 and a goalie. Right away, you get rid of 5 guys on the team that have average or less than average ability, and you've got more room to operate. Skating becomes the #1 priority. You can sell the game then on total skills. That's the great advantage of the Soviets coming over here and the European teams and our best teams against them. And hey, you folks at home, your U.S. team today, they sold the game on skill, entertainment, and hard work.
Here's Pat Quinn, the Flyers coach, who at one time played here in the National Hockey League with the Vancouver Canucks. Back in his old stamping grounds, but now leading the Flyers in here.
You know, Pat Quinn, Dan, was another fella who played in the National Hockey League on one skill alone. He could back up and turn and make a 180-degree turn, and was able to, instead of going off at an angle, head off all these guys with super speed. He studied the game, took the skills that he had and made the most of them, and you had to learn the game. For him to stay in the game, he had to learn what it was all about, studying. That's why he's a pretty good coach.
You know, I can remember doing a game back in Boston Garden on a Sunday afternoon when the same Pat Quinn was involved with another good buddy of ours by the name of Bobby Orr, and they had one of these bench emptiers. You remember that fiasco?
Yeah.
Well, they're still trying to straighten out these penalties, and we are now trying to set the world record for ad-libbing and filling in. This is like a rain out in a baseball game. Now I know what a baseball announcer feels like when it rains for an hour or so.
Yeah, but they can run down and grab a player and say, hey, let's go, or even the grounds crew.
Well, they're still attempting to straighten out the penalties. And, of course, there are going to be some fines involved here, and I'm sure that Lewis, the referee, is taking his time about it so he gets the right people assessed with the right penalties. And there's the Vancouver coach, Harry Neal. He is back behind the bench. I don't know where he disappeared to for a few minutes back earlier when we had that one shot of the bench, which was completely empty. But Harry Neal is there now.
Well, we have 2 up-and-coming young coaches in the National Hockey League with us tonight. This team's been involved in a pretty good hockey game up until 40 minutes, I guess, 2 periods of hockey. Pat Quinn, who's just done an unbelievable job with his Philadelphia Flyers, and Harry Neal, who isn't labored or isn't gifted with too much talent on his team, has had them playing exceptionally good hockey until they ran into some injuries. They have not been able to regain the intensity or the discipline behind the blue line. Dan, in the first 25 games of the year, the Vancouver Canucks were the best disciplined team in the league behind the blue line. They just did things that the championship team had to do. All of a sudden they lost it. I can't understand it.
Well, we're still waiting for penalty announcements and for penalties and sentences to be announced in this bench-clearing and penalty box emptying brawl here at the Pacific Coliseum in Vancouver.
I wouldn't bet against this thing going up again. Look at Williams and Hold'em are over there waiting for Lewis to
I think those fellas are the last thing in the world they want to do now is get involved in another fight. You've been involved in some of those, and anybody I've ever talked to say your arms just feel like they're going to fall off.
There's no doubt about it. It's amazing how quick the arms give out.
Still waiting for something to be decided over at that penalty box. And we still have 5.5 minutes of hockey to play. And Philadelphia has a 4-goal lead over the Vancouver Canucks. The Flyers, by the way, are leaving immediately following this game for Los Angeles, where they play the Kings tomorrow night. So they're going to be getting to bed a little bit later, and the Canucks are here on home ice tomorrow to play the Boston Bruins.
I don't think there's any possible way that the Philadelphia Flyers are going to catch that aircraft.
I think they have a charter, so their plane will go at their disposal.
Well, that's all we need, Dan, is for this to spread into the fans. There's some of them down there growling and waving hands at each other, and I don't know how Philadelphia supporters would be here. I can see some of them being here, but not ready to fight.
Well, there has been peace in the stands, at least here. They just ushered someone out, and I really don't know what he did.
I'll tell you what he did. He consumed a couple of bottles of whiskey. They just took the empties out with them. What about tomorrow night? The Boston Bruins are in town. I just have to give that Harry Sinden and Boston Bruins unlimited credit, Dan. I thought when they lost the great motivator, Don Cherry, that team might flag a little bit. They lost the top goalie in the league, or the top defenseman, Brad Park, and here they are fighting Buffalo for first place in their division, and I just think they've done a heck of a job.
Bill Barber looking up into the stands because I think some fan who was giving the Flyers some words behind the bench is going to be escorted out of the building here by some of the Vancouver Police Department. Bill Barber waves goodbye. We're talking about the Boston Bruins. Incidentally, Harry Sinden is here this evening. So is Tom Johnson. So is the Bruins coach Brett Creighton. And they are watching on this hockey game here in Vancouver, scouting the Canucks, having a pre-playoff look at the Flyers as well. Let me ask you, Howie, the Flyers coming in here this evening with the best overall record in the NHL. They've lost only 5 games. We've talked about them. And you've said they're that good a hockey team. Where is their biggest competition going to come from before someone is presented with that Stanley Cup at the end of May?
I think the Boston Bruins. I think they're bigger, they're tougher, they're smarter, and if they continue to get the goaltending that they in the playoffs that they have had all during the season, and that is a surprising thing to me, is that they could be in contention for the Vezina Trophy in goals against. I think they're second or third lowest. They are going to give the Philadelphia club all they want. Can you imagine Philadelphia against Boston in a 7-game series, or Philadelphia against the Canadiens in a 7-game series? And I would have to toss Buffalo in that crew, because Buffalo are the best disciplined team behind the blue line that I've seen in 10 years in the National Hockey League. They have the most cumbersome, least mobile, poorest puck handling defense core in the league, and yet they have the fewest goals scored against them. They have good goaltending and excellent system. So there are 5 good teams, but I still have to say Boston's the one to beat for the Stanley Cup. And if Canadians get goaltending, National Hockey League playoff goaltending with Lafleur, they could be in the finals. But for the first time, Dan, in years, I'd make a bet against the Montreal Canadiens winning the Stanley Cup. I wouldn't make much, but I kind of think they can be had.
So that's Howie Meeker and his... Go ahead.
And I think they can be had, not because Dryden's gone, not because Lemaire's gone, but because Scotty Bowman's gone. I think Scotty Bowman there was tremendously disliked by all his players, but they were scared of him and they respected him. That's what you need more than anything else, respect. And they played hockey for him, and he had a system.
We are seeing various people on either team just leaving the bench and heading for the dressing room. Have they been told that they are finished for the evening, or what?
Oh, I would think so.
I think they brought a list of penalties on a piece of paper over to each bench. And so no one will miss what has been called by referee Brian Lewis. He's put it in writing.
Well, it's obvious everybody on the ice has to have a 5-minute penalty. So what's going to happen is the best 6 players stay out there for each team. Best 6 players in goalie, or any 6.
And Babe and Daly to the Philadelphia room. Pete Peters. Now Jimmy Watson. Now Busnick.
Aren't they breaking a league rule if they send the goaltender, the spare goaltender?
He's been thrown out of the game. He can't stay on the bench very well.
Yeah, but the rule says you have to have. Hey, we're liable to be here till they come up in the stands and dress you and I, because we aren't doing a very good job of filling in here, Ken.
Brian Lewis still over at the penalty timekeeper's bench. Bill Muir, he was involved in the middle of it. He's staying in the goal crease, however. How can they throw Peters out and keep Muir? He and Hanlon had a main eventer. Wonder how long these Chinese restaurants stay open in Vancouver.
Hey, I persuaded my wife to get up real early this morning and get in the boat and drive over here or come over here. And I said, don't worry, dear, when the game's over, I'll take you out to dinner in the corner white spot tonight.
When this PA announcer starts to read off the penalties, you and I, sir, are going to take a rest, and we're going to let him go to work and show us how you call penalties. Because he's going to have a list that could give people like you and I perhaps laryngitis if we read it out. Well, Bromley stays in there for Vancouver, Muir for Philadelphia. I think everybody is going to be shorthanded for the rest of the game, I would think. We have 5.5 minutes to play. There may be so many penalties that they may say, read your local newspaper for times and listings tomorrow on offenses. As yet, no announcement has been made. Well, there are still several players on each team's bench. And I think we are ready to resume the hockey activity.
Hopefully.
Well, they have 2 minor penalties posted against Philadelphia. Well, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minor penalties posted against Philadelphia. At this point, only 1 against Vancouver. I believe our estimate now is that this brawl has interrupted this game now officially for 30 minutes. And we are about to resume the game.
This doesn't make sense.
Philadelphia. What doesn't make sense?
Well, there's no way in the world that anybody's going to get a minimum of a 2-minute penalty for a win on out there. Everybody was in a legitimate fight. Had to be.
Well, some people weren't in a fight. They were just paired off to keep someone else out of the fight. But there certainly had to be more than a couple of people who would be given game misconducts and that type of thing.
You know, 29 minutes and 30 seconds ago, you made the best suggestion, Dan. Send everybody in but the best 6 on each team, and let's go.
Well, now they argue down near the Philadelphia goal. Bob Kelly and Bill Barber discussing it with the referee, Brian Lewis. (7-3), Flyers lead. And we're ready to resume.
I'll tell you something.
Now we have a parade heading for the penalty box. Bosnick, Vervegart, Linsman, Kelly for Philadelphia.
It wasn't too long ago. Yes, it was, Dan, a long time ago. When that type of thing happened when I played, if you ended up with 2 minutes, it would cost you money. You'd sneak into the dressing room. There's no way you could go through all that and get a 2-minute penalty.
They have made no announcement. They have penalties posted on the time clock. That's all the players they have left on the Philadelphia bench, and they only have one more on the Vancouver. Here's Vancouver with a 4-against-3 power play. Kearns to Bolderat. His shot goes wide. Comes to the left point to Dennis Kearns. Kearns for Vancouver to Bolderat. Back to Kearns to Bolderat. Bolderat shoots, and it's tipped wide by DuPont, and DuPont tried to clear it. Kearns held it in. The shot deflected, and Meir makes a save, and now Barber for Philadelphia clears it down the ice. Kearns, number 6 for Vancouver, back together. They have made no announcement on penalties, but right now Philadelphia is 2 men short, Vancouver 1. Puck comes in across the line. Barber trying to clear it. There's Gradine, a shot, and Meir went to his knees to make a save. And then Tiger Williams and Clark bump into each other, kind of look at each other and say, no, not again, and skate the other way.
Well, Phil Meir certainly has played exceptionally well tonight. In the last 30 seconds, his team of man short, he took 2 shots off of Williams and 1 off of Gradine, and they're right on the doorstep. They didn't have much on them, but they were all deflected, and he was there to make the save. I've never seen Meir stand up as well as he's standing up tonight.
Philadelphia has only 3 men on their bench. Vancouver has only 4 on theirs. And they, as we have mentioned, have made no announcement of penalties. Flyers have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people over in the penalty box, plus some others who have left or have been ejected from the game, but they have made no announcements. Here's Lupul for Vancouver. To Rhoda, shot. Meir the save, and he dives out to grab it and hold on. Meir made a save. Puck fell to his feet, and he came sprawling out to cover up on it. And now he and Jack McElhargy get to their feet and discuss the strategy. We're down to 4:28 to play. Flyers with this one seemingly locked up, a 7-3 lead. And then McElhargy holds it against the boards. To the right of the Philadelphia goal. McLeish will take the face-off against Prosser. McLeish wins the draw. Cleared it back to the goal to McElhargy. Trying to clear one out. Lupul flipped it back in. Digging in is Rhoda for Vancouver. Back to Lupul at the point. Lupul to Rhoda. Rhoda cutting in. Shoots. That bounces wide of the goal. I think it hit the defenseman, McElhargy, and Leach breaks out. Here's Leach with McLeish. Leach trying to make a play and tried to flip it back to center and lost it to Darcy Rhoda. Rhoda, number 18 for Vancouver. Canucks try and work it in for Williams. He's checked in the play. Now Clark shoots it around on the boards. Here's Lupul. Dropping it to Rhoda. Over to Prosser. Back to Rhoda. To Lupul. To Rhoda. Shoots, and Meir gets the stick on it. Vancouver now with a 2-man advantage as Lupul moves in. Meir makes the save. Coming out of the penalty box was Kurt Fraser. And now Vancouver is back at full strength. Philadelphia still 2 men short, and they still have a couple of delayed
Philadelphia penalty. The number 2,
here's
Bob
the announcement.
Daly, 2 minutes for roughing.
Of those penalties
5 minutes
earlier.
for fighting, and the game misconduct. Philadelphia penalty to number 31, Phil Meir. 2 minutes for leaving the crease, 5 minutes for fighting, and a 10-minute misconduct. Philadelphia penalty, number 19, Rick McLeish. 5 minutes for fighting, and a game misconduct. Number 17, Paul for fighting, and a game misconduct. Number 28, Mike Busniak. 2 minutes for leaving the penalty box, 5 minutes for fighting, and a double game misconduct. Number 33, Peter Peters, 5 minutes for fighting and a game misconduct. To number 20, Jim Watson, 2 minutes for leaving the penalty box and a game misconduct. To number 10, Mel Bridgman, 2 minutes for leaving the penalty box, 5 minutes for fighting and a game misconduct. To number 5, Frank Bade, a double minor for the first man off the bench and a game misconduct. For the Vancouver Canucks, number 25, Kevin McCarthy, a game misconduct for third man into an altercation. To number 12, Stan Smeal, 5 minutes for fighting and a game misconduct. To number 19, Chris Maneri, 5 minutes for fighting and a game misconduct. To number 27, Harold Sneps, 5 minutes for fighting in a game. Number 2, Dave Logan, 5 minutes for fighting in a game. Number 1, Glenn Hanlon, 5 minutes for fighting in a game. Number 21, Jerry Gillis, 5 minutes for fighting in a game misconduct. Number 30, Gary Bromley, 2 minutes for leaving the crease. And number 20, John Hughes, 2 minutes for leaving the penalty box, 5 minutes for fighting and a game misconduct. The time was 14:30.
That may be the longest PA announcement in the history of the National Hockey League. And then Bobby Clark almost gets into it down here with Kurt Fraser of Vancouver. Try and add up the number of game misconduct penalties, if we could, that have been assessed here. I know one thing, that one of the penalties they announced as a game misconduct was to Rick McLeish, and that is not correct because McLeish is still on the bench for Philadelphia and now on the ice. So they had some wrong identification in there. I know McLeish was one for sure because he's now on the ice ready to take a faceoff. We're down to 2:47 to play. Thank you, Mr. Cameraman, to make me sound like we know what we're talking about. 2:45 to play, 7-3, Philadelphia leading. Here's Lupul for Vancouver. Shoots one and he's shot wide. Canucks still with a two-man advantage, but they've been unable to score. Flyers are 2 men short. Vancouver now back at full strength, but trailing in the game 7-3. Here's Gradine to Lupul. He shoots one in. Leach back of the net is there to clear it. Now they drop it to the point to Kearns. Kearns to the side of the net, now centered. Butler a shot and Muir bats that aside. Here is Bolderev for Vancouver. Ivan Bolderev. Trying to drop one back to Kearns. Shoots one, deflected by Gradine, and it went wide. And McIlhargey trying to hold it against the boards. Bolderev knocked it loose. Gradine centering one. Comes to Butler, now to Lupul. Lupul to Kearns. Kearns with a shot. That deflects wide. Gradine is checked in the play. And then Reggie Leach is able to clear it away for Philadelphia. 1:35 to play. Canucks still on a 2-man advantage here. Here's Gradine into Bolderev. Shoots. Muir makes a save. Puck comes to Fraser for Vancouver. Back to Kearns. Now Kelly comes out of the penalty box for Philadelphia, so the Flyers are just 1 man short. Here's Kearns to Lupul. Lupul back of the net. Lupul trying to make a play to Fraser, and the shot is blocked by Kelly. Less than a minute to play here in the game. McLeish back of the goal for DuPont. And DuPont is able to play it off the boards to center. Dennis Kearns to Fraser. Fraser checked, and here's Barber for Philadelphia. Shoots one, and it's blocked by the Vancouver defense, and back come the Canucks again. Here's a drive off the crossbar and goal post off the stick of Tiger Williams as he got good one and a slap shot. Canucks with 30 seconds left. Drop it to Fraser. Shoot, and Muir kicks out his left leg to make a save. Clark comes back for Philadelphia. Clark moving in to Al Hill. Backhander, and Bromley held the post and made a save, and we're down to 15 seconds left. And it's clear to center ice to Williams. Tipped away, and Bobby Clark has it for Philadelphia. Clark with 3 seconds left. Twisting and turning, lost it. Williams had a chance, and then Dupont knocked him out of the play as the buzzer goes to end the hockey game. And the Philadelphia Flyers, in a long, brawling game, have just defeated the Vancouver Canucks 7-3. Shots on goal in the game by Vancouver, 34 shots by Philadelphia, 28. And Howie Meeker, we thank you for helping us on a long, hard evening.
Been a pleasure. Lots of fun.
That's Howie Meeker as the Flyers leave the ice after winning this hockey game, their 40th victory of the year. And so the final score, the Philadelphia Flyers 7, the Vancouver Canucks 3. We'll return with our final wrap-up in just a moment. The National Hockey League has 21 teams, more than 450 players, but only one official magazine, Goal Magazine. Goal brings you all the action and excitement of the NHL, the great players, behind-the-scenes look at the NHL, giant player posters, and much more. Now you can have Goal Magazine delivered directly to your home. Just send $12.25 check or money order to Goal Magazine, Post Office Box 9606, St. Paul, Minnesota 55196. So subscribe today.
Wild and woolly game here at Vancouver's Pacific Coliseum tonight. The Philadelphia Flyers eventual 7-3 winners over the Vancouver Canucks in a game marred by a major bench-clearing brawl in the third period. And at last calculation, and believe me, it took some calculating, we came up with 17 game misconducts and close to, if not over, 100 minutes in penalties. Scoring went like this. Reggie Leach with a pair of goals, his 39th and 40th of the season. Bobby Clark had a shorthanded goal. Mel Bridgman, Bob Daly, Paul Holmgren, and Al Hill picking up singles for the Canucks. Ole Brassar, Kurt Fraser, and Chris Maneri scoring. But the game was indeed marred by that